Alright, hey guys, this is a unboxing of Chinese VFD. I'm going to wire it up to a milling machine, similar to a Bridgeport. So, as you'll see, there's some Chinese writing on here. Nothing too crazy. Here's the English version: VFD inverter frequency speed control VFD 2.2 kW. So 2.2 kilowatts, about 750 kilowatts per horsepower. So these are good for about 3 horsepower. Obviously, it's made in China. You're not going to find anything that's not made in China, especially not at this price point. $95 for a VFD with free returns and prime shipping from Amazon. This is my favorite VFD. In fact, I've had 4 or 5 different one of the cheap VFDs, but I'm a controls engineer by trade. I probably do 100 to 150 of these a year. But I also buy and sell machine tools, so I'm pretty fond of these. It gives my customers a way to have 3-phase power and, of course, that variable speed adaptability for all their machines. Here's some more English. XSY-AT1, as you'll see there, 3 horsepower, 50 or 60 hertz, 220 volt AC. So if you're not in North America, but you have 220 volt AC available to you at 50 or 60 hertz, this is going to work for you. No problem. Looks like, you tell me how to say it in the comments. How's that? Right here, this terminal strip, and if that will focus, you'll see you've got some inputs here. Down at the bottom, that's where the magic happens. You got line, neutral, ground, UV and W. So UV and W are the designators for 3-phase motor connections, pretty much all over the globe. Of course, line and neutral, 220 volts. If you're in North America, your 220 volts won't give you a neutral, but that's still going to be where your 220 volt single phase comes in. All right, that's pretty much it. It's pretty small. Got a little fan. Got a nice size heat sink. You can mount this in a box on a back plane, but you're going to want to give it ventilation. You can, on some of these, looks like maybe not this one, you could pull this out and have a remote, but I'm going to show you how to wire up a remote here in just a second. Looks like this vendor, MySweety, they do give you a pretty good set of instructions there. Of course, it's not in perfect English, so we will have to do a little bit of translating. So this is a basic wiring diagram. You see line and neutral, that's your single phase 220 coming in. UV and W. Here it says delta connection method. Overseas, typically not in North America, you run into delta and Y connections for low voltage, high voltage. Here in North America, we use delta and Y connections for slow speed, fast speed. So if you have a 9-wire motor, like what you find on a Bridgeport or most other machines that you're going to find sold in North America, whether it's a delta or a Y connection, doesn't matter so much. As long as it's wired for 220 volts, you're going to be all right. As you see here, that top terminal block that I was talking about, X1 through X6 in common. What these are is these are digital inputs. So what's going to happen is you're going to close your switch, and that's going to connect common to X1. That's going to tell this thing to run forward, and then X2 would be run in reverse, and that's basically all we'll need. Down here, you got speed control. Now you could leave this unit at 60 Hertz, not worry about the variable speed too much, but what you don't want to do is use the original switch in the Bridgeport or lathe and break that connection between UV and W in the motor. VFDs can't really handle that, making and breaking current on the output side of their transistor outputs. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the VFD to start and stop. And that's going to do a couple different things for us. Not only will it protect the VFD, but it's going to allow us to have a ramp up and ramp down. That way you don't jar anything mechanically when you start and stop. It's a lot easier on your equipment. And not only that, it eliminates the inrush from the motor. So you're used to it when you hear a refrigerator, air conditioner start. It's got a loud hum. Well, it also pulls about 10 times the rated motor current when you do that. You don't have to worry about that with a VFD because it eliminates all that starting current, and it brings it up not only slow but also without any kind of inrush. So that's a good thing. Let's take a look at some of that stuff. So what I got here, I got a switch. I think it came off of a lathe. It's very similar to the forward reverse switch you would find on a Bridgeport. In here you can see the contacts, make and break. So if I wanted this way to be forward, it looks like it would connect from here to here. And if I wanted to go reverse, it might go here to here or here to here. And I'll show you how to figure that out with a meter here in just a minute.